Sorry about that on Facebook. Okay, now I've lost my spot. Okay, found my spot. You answered the last,
No,
last.
I did.
You answered it first?
Yeah.
She got last. So it's going to you, Lilia. How would you encourage the city to expand community outreach efforts to engage more residents?
Well, I think the answer is in the question, to do more outreach activities, something that would attract people. Like if I say, I'm going to be there, I mean, nobody's going to show up. But if you say the firefighters, the police, the SWAT car is going to be there, so it will attract people. And then you can inform the people to, okay, you can get involved with this, that's just there for as an exhibit, but you really can tell them, okay, we have this parks and recreation committees, we have you can be citizens control, and you have all the information there. And most people, they don't know. They're like, oh, I didn't know I could be involved in this and that. And a lot of people would get involved. Can you read it again? No.
I think it's going to be kind of hard because the city really does a good job. There's signs out, there's in the water bills, there's social media. I think maybe just actually gaining their trust. So when the community does give us their opinion, we actually take it, because if we don't, then they're not going to want to come out to the events. We can put the flyer in their water bill all day long and send them an email all day long. But if they do come out and then come and speak to us and say, hey, we should have done this, and then we do the complete opposite that like 80% of them told us to do, they're never going to want to come back out.
What were your thoughts after seeing the city's Director of Human Resources present about discrimination, harassment, and retaliation to the City Council yesterday?
My thoughts was, what were you thinking to do that in the first place for them to have to come out and do this?
What do I think? Well, I think it comes again to the transparency and accountability, and nothing is worse than the silence, because then it gives room to speculation and to partisan thinking, and so it's always better to say something and to put everything back in front of the people so they can have their opinion. So I really don't know if I have like a strong opinion about that. It will be just that.
Now there's no sound.
Now there's no sound. You have to go real close.
Okay.
Yes, that was all working. Okay, lost my place, getting back in spot. What can, this is going to be you first, Lilia, what can and will you do as a city council member to encourage transparency of city operations for residents?
Well, I think all the information should be online for everybody who wants to look at it, can be able to look at it. Everything from the plans to the cost everything has to be itemized and everything has to be put out there. So so they don't even need to ask, but because all the answers are in front of them. Whatever you want to take a look in anything, like how much was this thing or that, or who did it, and all the information has to be accessible online.
What can and will you do as a city council member to encourage transparency of city operations for residents?
I think I just drive up and down the street and see what their homes need or what they may need and give them the information. I think we do have a lot of information online, but a lot of our seniors may not have access to online websites, and they don't know that we have all these different, that's what I'm looking for, all these different services that they have access to.
Farmers Branch 2045 plan establishes a long-term roadmap for the city's growth. What are your thoughts on this plan?
I have not seen that plan, to be honest, so I look forward to looking it up and getting information on it.
Yeah, I read about it, but I didn't take a look at it.
What is your perspective on improving transportation and walkability to better connect businesses with neighborhoods, parks, and public transportation?
Okay, well, what I have heard, it's been 20 years that I don't use DART. So it's not firsthand, but for what I heard that the people said is that, oh, it's really hard how I'm gonna get from here to the bus stop. It's too far from my house, or from here to the train station. So I think to find a way to get the people from their house to the place that they can get on the bus or the train, and also to make better. If the street that goes there has a sidewalk, because if it doesn't have a sidewalk, the people is not going to be encouraged to walk. So to think in all those things, like maybe you have to go and say, okay, go from here to there and see if you can make it in the public transportation, and then you will find out what needs to be done.
We should inform our people that it's not just like a bus or the train, that DART also has those vans that you can call to take you where you need to go. But yes, we do need to up our sidewalks so that there are easy access. Some of the sidewalks don't even have the little ramp for wheelchairs, so if somebody needs that, it's not accessible to them. And we do need to work on our lighting to get better crosswalks for prevent accidents for kids happening, and the bike lanes to make sure that we have more of them available to our residents.
What specific steps would you take to promote collaboration between the City Council, the Metroplex Chamber of Commerce, and local businesses to improve the overall business environment?
I think just including them into our city events to show that we have all these things available to them, that it's not just kind of a random building down the street. Bring it to the events, have a table, show our community members what they offer.
Yeah, I think an open conversation and all the even being personally proactive with the members of the Chamber of Commerce, and it would improve, and let them know what are the benefits for the business to put their business in Farmers Branch versus Irving, or versus Carrollton, or versus Addison, or the surroundings. We have to be more competitive with those cities, because we don't want not to have something in this corner but have it in the other corner because it's Addison. So I think that we have to be competitive, given in different incentives that we have to that we can offer to the business.
What specific ideas do you have for attracting and retaining businesses in Farmers Branch, especially small local businesses?
We have to make sure that they have the assurance that staying in Farmers Branch as a small business is going to be good because it's a safe city. So if nobody wants to stay in a city that is not safe. So if we have a safe city, it's going to be a great incentive for the small business. If we improve in lighting, because in some areas that would be appropriate for them, we have to keep enough lighting, enough. They say, okay, the police. It's always making sure that this area stays safe, and then we have to attract them that way, and tell them that they're going to have incentives. Even sometimes, like the first the first year, you're going to have this incentive. If you stay, you're going to have this incentive. All those things that a city can offer to the business.
What specific ideas do you have for attracting and retaining businesses in Farmers Branch, especially small local businesses?
I think maybe finding small local businesses that kind of go together, that'll work for our families. So maybe an ice cream shop next to a restaurant. That way you can keep it local. You can walk to the next place. Like, hey, let's go have dinner, and then we're going to go get ice cream afterwards. And then you know what? There's a shop down the street that we can get you a new t-shirt for school. Let's keep it local. That'll work for our families. Phone's there. You can email me. You can call me. I want to build that trust with you so that you know that I want to work with you, that I want to do what's best for your business.
Yeah, I think that to be available and to make yourself available and to make yourself known in the community and with the business owners, and let them know that you're like an open door person, and anytime that they have ideas or concerns, they can go and reach out to you. It's a good thing.
What is your philosophy on economic incentives to encourage new businesses to locate in Farmers Branch?
Okay, it will be that the incentive should reflect in a greater benefit for the city, because that's the purpose of incentives. Okay, I'll give you this incentive. Why? Because it's going to be beneficial in the long term to keep those businesses, and the benefit that we're going to get at some point is going to surpass the breaks that they got from the city.
This will be another one that I'll be happy to learn what exactly we could offer businesses. It's not something that I know off the top of my head, so I'll be happy to figure out what exactly we can offer them and make sure that the local businesses know that it's available to them.
Okay. Tasha, we have a question.
Oh, I see 2 hands back there. Do you want to go run the cards back? 3, 4.
It's all right, Roger. I have no watch on. I have no idea what time it is. Excellent. You guys did a great job of staying in time.
Oh, scary.
Anyone else need one?
I'm going to ask this one, Kawashi. I'm going to ask this one while you ended, right, Lupe?
Mhm.
So you did this one first. How do you remain active in community schools and events?
By being there for the kids, because that's where it's going to begin. We get them involved, we show them that we're there for them, and we encourage them to continue to be involved so that one day they will be the ones to replace us.
How do you remain active in community schools and events?
Okay, so when I was in the schools, I was with the Boy Scouts of America, bringing the Boy Scouts groups after school. So just trying to involve the people and inviting them. We have this that your kid can do and give them all the information. So that's mainly what I did in schools, other than helping here and there, volunteering for the teachers when they needed something. But it's always important to be involved with your kids. My kids are too old for they want me to be involved in their school. So, but I think that every time that parent is involved in school with their kids, their kids do better. They do better. They love to see you over there in school, even whatever you do. Even I was always behind the scenes. I was never in leadership, but even if you bring the waters and you hand out the waters, your kids are very happy to see you there.
This is 3 questions all combined in one. It's well written. How will you fulfill the duties of a council member? The council meeting last night was over at almost midnight. Will you be able to attend events? And what will work-life council balance be for you? This goes to Lilia first.
Yeah, I've been in city council. They've been like, well, at 11 it was the latest, but that was a new record. So I think that for me it's not a problem staying there. I have a job, so during the day, so I cannot attend to most of the things during the day that are not really mandatory for city council members. But yeah, I don't have a problem staying late because I have like my kids are a little older.
I spend most of my nights up watching Netflix, so might as well spend it at a city council meeting. I do have younger children, and I am extremely involved, so I know that is a big concern for people when they saw that I have a 6-year-old. But I have an extremely supportive husband that I could not thank enough. He has stepped up to help me these last few weeks while we've been door knocking, getting everybody to where they need to be, and I have really helpful friends and family that'll help me. So I think we'll do just fine staying late to these meetings because I'm up all night anyways. I also have a job during the day. So some of those events may be a little hard for me during the week, but on the weekends I'm there for anything after 3 o'clock.
This was a quick yes or no. Are businesses and their needs higher or more important than the needs of residents and voters?
That depends. It depends. I really think it depends.
I think that it's you have to think it this way. So if the needs of the residents are safe streets, well-maintained streets, and all that comes from mainly 75% from the taxes that the business pay. So you have to find the balance and see, okay, what are the needs? They're not opposite. they don't conflict with each other except within some particular cases that you see, okay, is this convenient for the city? But I think you have to do both. You have to prioritize the needs of the residents because we live there, but to cover those needs, we need the business.
Last, oh, one more.
You want to answer?
Going back to you, Lilia. What skill sets will you bring to the city council as a team member to benefit city function and aesthetics?
Aesthetics is like curb appeal,
Curb appeal.
rose gardens.
Yeah. What skill sets will you bring to the city council as a team member to benefit city function and aesthetics?
Well, I don't know if I understand very well the question, but okay, I think I already mentioned what I bring to the table, background in accounting for 9 years, and I have had other roles. I'm currently working in JP Morgan, and I think everything that I've done, it's always teaching me something. Like, I've been a tutor, I've been a mentor, and I think when you combine all those skills, I think I'm very well equipped to do this.
Thank you for helping me understand when you said the curb appeal. So I had the pleasure of living in Europe for a couple of years, and those gardens are beautiful. And I know we do not have the space to have anything like that, but we do have, even though it's not a District 1, there's that random little park by Webb Chapel. It just has a sign that says it's a park. Why don't we plant some flowers, put a little bench there? I do love that fountain on Webb Chapel and Josie, but obviously maybe not add another fountain, but just adding a little more color to our parks, even if it's like a random little area there.
I'm going to combine my last question with this one. What experience or qualities make you the right person to represent our community? Why should anyone vote for you?
Because I've been doing the job for 10 years, even though it's at, again, a school. I've done it, and I've learned from it, and I've learned to work with different people and meet their needs. So now I want to step up and do it bigger and do it from the community.
Okay, so I think that, well, probably it's going to sound very repetitive, but I've been talking about my background in business, and I mean, I have worked with a team. I have built a team. I have also worked in a production plant where it's been a growing plant. So in 1 year, we went from 40 workers to almost 200, and we had to start building the processes that we didn't have, and so I helped with all that. So I had to leave that job because I was having my kid, and we chose to for me to be a stay-home mom. But yeah, when I left, they had to replace me with 2 people. So I think that I'm very capable to do any job, and because I've done it.
Thank you both. I hadn't met either one of you before, I think it was the Builders of Hope meeting the other night. So it's really nice to get to know you. I wish you both the best. We don't have any more questions. Thank all of you for coming out. I was not expecting this to be live here, and thank you all. I thank everybody on Facebook. I will download it. Currently, we have 2 videos that I will download and put on YouTube as soon as I can. And I also want to invite all of you, there is still room at the Headliner, which is next Saturday, October 18th. You guys can reserve. It is going to be a fun night of community building. We are going to be talking with James Armstrong, who is the outgoing CEO of Builders of Hope, and we're going to be talking only about what we can do to build our communities and make us stronger as a city, neighborhood by neighborhood, block by block. And we're having barbecue and pizza, and we're doing food. So that's on the Branch Herald website to RSVP and buy your tickets. They're $37. But thank you so much. Have a